So that wash is everybody's
I'm telling you, last time that we did it was the worst of it.
You think so? I thought it was the best. Let's see a picture of it.
Yeah, check it out on the YouTube.
Because these lights are too big to be this close with full brightness.
Yeah, but our actual image is like grainy. It won't show up if it's in the dark.
I thought the last image was a lot better than the previous ones.
You can try it like that, but let's see.
Because last time I think we had them on at 60.
Camera angle and everyone. It's at the bottom left.
Yeah, we should have like mirror in front next time. Right. I mean, there's like reflection over there. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
can only
like,
see my
It's fine.
That's really what everyone needs to see anyway.
I mean, that's what I'm here for. So. Oh yeah, we're live.
Are we?
Hey, can I see?
Hey.
Can I see?
You
I
got
don't have
it.
Instagram.
Sorry.
I don't have Instagram.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah,
See,
I'm
I-
getting suspended.
What? Why?
It's their AI system right now. They like have your data and stuff. So my first account got banned. So then every time I make a new, I got too much haters.
Oh.
That's it. Yeah. No, I went viral multiple times and again, like, some hate. So they mass reported me. So yeah, and there's no warning. Like you can't. I appealed, but can't.
It doesn't matter because it's like yeah.
Literally, AI is the only thing it keeps suspending every time I make a new one.
If you want to give your phone to Marv, we can put the Instagram live stream on.
I see what you're saying. She's dark. Let me turn the
Yeah.
No, don't be sorry.
It's our lighting expertise. We try to get it
Yeah,
perfect,
we're
but
gonna
it's
have to
surprisingly
get
hard.
the lighting right.
Yeah, I posted about it earlier today, so I'm gonna do a.
Okay, we're gonna share mics. So if you have an angry rant to go to, we need to pace ourselves one at a time.
Yeah, make sure your
We have
mouth
to fight
is in
them,
the
not us,
mouth.
otherwise it won't work well.
Yeah, we're too dark. I agree with you, Kyle. We gotta turn
Yeah, let's do a
the
video.
background soaking up the light.
Hannah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, we were trying to figure out what your name was.
I saw your IG story and I was trying to tell her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I was like, I'm new here too. I don't know, man.
I'm new here too. I wish it had thank you. I wish it had 5 like the zoom out.
Do you want to take one on my phone
Right
too?
in the front.
You can take a. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. You can take a video or a picture. Doesn't matter. I'll just post it.
Hannah.
Hi.
Let's go.
Cute.
I have to lower this a little bit.
Hello.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I think we're good. Not that you're dark, but- All right, let's try it. So we got. Ready to go live on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I was asking Gemini, like AI, like how is it actually useful to go live with the ring? It's like, yeah, apparently it sends a notification to all your followers, like all their live stuff. It just reminds them that you exist.
We're
they're
going
posting
live.
stuff.
I got it last week.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
It's working as intended.
Here, Kyle, you want to set up the Instagram?
Let's do it. No, not the P.
Do you mind wearing these just to make sure there's no mic out or anything?
What's going on, guys? We're live. Velvet Network episode 12.
Hi.
Ask
So-
some crazy questions in the chat. Try to get us banned, I dare you.
Alright, I got a scoop behind you, girl.
Oh shit.
You might have to actually slide out of the way. Alright, there you go. We got it. Alright, I don't think I know you too well enough to even introduce you, so I'm gonna have to talk a little bit. I know
That's
you're a
okay.
singer, which reminds me of that song, Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carter.
Because when you came in, you're like, I'm a
Gotta take
singer, and in that song, she's like, I was up late because I'm a singer.
Okay.
I was
I'm
like-
a singer.
So what was your name? Beja. Beja the singer, over to the far right. Welcome to the Velvet Network. And I know I've already introduced or I've met you a time or two, but you're gonna have to help me out with your name. and all
I'm
that.
Camille.
Camille. And tell us something about yourself, Camille.
I am running for Miss Calgary 2026.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yes,
How'd you get into that?
I come from like a modeling and acting background,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's just kind of like the next step in my journey.
How do you even do that?
Which part?
Like apply or whatever? You do a model walk or pictures or what's
For
the process?
The actual like Miss Calgary application.
Mm-hmm.
It's you start off with an application online, and then you get an interview,
Okay.
and then you get vetted, and then you get accepted or denied.
And then once you get accepted, what happens?
So once you get accepted, our pageant month is in March, and so right now we're just basically like for myself, I'm fundraising and just getting things going to cover some of the cost for it, and then starting. I think our first event is March 4th. It runs throughout the entire month, and we have different tasks that we have to do.
Perfect. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just a little mic etiquette for our two end tables. We have the mics, but I got the wrong cord to like put the mics in. So these are directional mics. As long as you're like pointing towards the mic, you're good. So when you want to talk, just like do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we have it set up so as long as you're the same distance from the mic, you're gonna be good. AI will pick it up or whatever. But if you're like really close and then really far, then it's like kind of a pain. Erie.
Airy.
Airy, I
Yeah.
always
So
get
this is
your-
my second time.
This
I'm
is
here.
your third time, isn't it?
No, second.
Oh.
Second.
Oh yeah, the
photo
photo
shoot.
shoot and all
Yeah.
that was the first.
Second
third time at the
time.
event. but-
Yeah. I'm here because Hannah's here.
Hi.
Yeah, she mentioned she was gonna come here, so I was like, okay, I'll come with you and I'll sit in the table. And last time, how did
You
I
got
do,
a really
Jeff?
good personality for podcast. I still remember your hard lunch and soft
Yeah,
lunch.
that was
really
great.
entertaining.
Yeah, great episode.
And you got your Instagram banned, so we're
Yeah, I'm
mad
not
at
on Instagram.
right
Not on
now.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll be on TikTok
Controversial woman on
though.
the panel.
Mm,
Yeah. All right, hi guys. It's Ari.
welcome back, Ari.
You,
I
thank
always
you.
call you Erie for some
Yeah.
reason. I think it's because you
Erie.
spell your name with an E.
It's okay. You're the only one who calls me that, so I guess it's cool.
All right, I'll continue. then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody
okay.
knows Kyle, of course.
What's going on, guys? Happy Friday night.
And then why don't you introduce Ari's friend?
This is Hannah. She's a model in the city.
Yes.
And,
Hello.
she's joining us for the first time, so welcome.
Super stoked. Me and Ari will get into banter so much, so sorry in advance.
All right, so welcome to the Velvet Podcast number 12. We're doing these every Friday night. We're gonna have Spade VIP here next week, but it was his birthday apparently, so it'll be 2 weeks after that. Shout out to Ace if he's watching. All right, so let's get right into it. Everybody knows the drill. We're gonna like pull our viral questions out of the bowl. We're gonna start over on the far end.
Get it, girl.
ChatGPT says it's gonna make us go viral, but it hasn't happened yet. And also hit us up in the chat. So we're getting quite a few questions in the chat. So hit us up in the chat and Marvelous will shout out the question.
Mr. Producer,
There's two different ones
Mr.
on each
Producer.
side.
You can choose whichever one.
the best one or worst one.
Yeah, best or worst.
Pick the spiciest one.
That was a good one.
Sounds like a good one.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I think this is supposed to end in of, but what's something women are afraid of?
Yeah. Women are afraid of.
It has no end word, so I'm just going to assume.
What's something women are afraid of? Hannah, let's start over here with you. It sounds like
Ooh, I
it seems
had an
like you
answer.
had an answer.
Yes,
to
you
that.
you look like you were
Men.
I was about to say women.
What?
Girl.
Women are afraid of women?
I'm queer, so.
So am I.
Ah! Baby, hit me up later.
Okay, I have a question then because last week we had someone on that was queer too,
Yeah.
and she said there's only like 20 or 25 people in the whole city that are queer, which I thought was low.
Interesting
False.
take. I
They
can go to
don't know.
Twisted right now and probably
Fact.
point out 300.
No, there's like
but,
Queer Calgary Club. There's like a bunch of
Like how many would you say?
like
Like
queer
take a
people.
guess, yeah.
a lot.
I couldn't.
There's
Hopefully
a
they're all
lot.
watching our show now. so
And
yeah,
what's the
shout out
official
to your girls.
definition of queer too?
So
I'll
I
let
guess
you.
it really depends on what you describe yourself personally. I am bisexual, so I swing both ways. I don't know.
I am too.
Bisexual too. Yeah.
So I would call that bisexual though. Like I wouldn't say
But that's
that.
part of
That's
what do
still
you think
part
the
of-
B and LGBT?
Well, that's what I was wondering. That's what I'm asking. Like, what's the Q part? What's the queer part? Is there a specific thing for it or not?
I don't think
It's
there's
a
a specific.
broad spectrum.
Yeah, I think
honestly,
it's
it's evolved over the years. So it used to be just LGBT,
Yeah.
LGBTQ, LGBTQIA.
Yes. So that's like
Is
what
it
I'm wondering
changed
about.
now
Is like the
too?
Q is like
Sorry?
a specific
It's changed now
number,
as well,
actually.
right? It got longer. I think they added
Yeah,
more
yeah,
stuff.
they
Respectfully, we get a new letter like
Yeah,
every
every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah,
We're the alphabet
so-
mafia.
But it's just like
Mafia.
pays respect to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't really tell someone like you can't be,
You can't be a part of
you
this
can't have a
cookie.
part of the alphabet. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
But surely, like, there's the L, which is lesbian. Then it's like B, which is bi. What's the Q? It says queer, but is that just everything then, or what? Like, I'm always confused about this.
I think it's, for the most part, I think it's just people that don't feel like they fall under any of the
Oh,
other.
so it's
like
like
a specific
catch-all
because
thing?
Yeah.
bisexual would be considered a label in a way. I want to
Yeah.
say so. Queer is just like anything and everything in
Yeah.
one. Like
So it's broader, you would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. We're like looking at
Yeah.
each other, trying to like.
How do I? Please don't hit on us.
Yeah. Anyways, back to the question. Though. What are women afraid of?
I can talk from like personally. What I'm afraid of as a woman is not being taken. Oh, sorry, not being taken seriously.
That sounds like a man thing then more than a woman thing.
No, well,
Seriously? Not being taken seriously?
yeah.
I would see, like, if I ask a man that, I'd be like, oh, yeah, of course, that's the thing that we would say. So it surprises me that a woman says that.
I think for me, it's because I'm a model, and a lot of people just see me as a model. But I'm also doing my master's, man.
Yeah.
Give me some credit. Give me some credit for my brains too.
Okay. What do you think, Kyle? What do you think women are most scared of?
I guess, yeah, I would say like probably something like vulnerability, like having to trust, I guess, especially a man in this scenario to like take care of them. So, you know, it's the era of the girl bosses in these days, which
That's
in,
true.
in a way is good, but I think, you know, there's, they say you can be codependent,
Fix your face.
independent or interdependent, you know? So the human race, I think, needs to come together and work together. So, yeah.
I
Find
agree.
people worth trusting.
Yeah, I agree. Every woman nowadays are for their own. They don't really care about men anymore. Like,
I
especially
agree.
me.
That's weird how that happened. I think it's other
I
countries,
mean-
to be honest.
There's men are not manning anymore.
I made a face. I'm so sorry.
We need some top high-value men there.
I-
women are better
That's
off
kind of y'all,
alone.
like no shade, but like
Listen.
that's,
It's true.
I agree.
Men had their time. Let the women rise.
But I'm gonna push back on that because I would have agreed.
Fight me.
I would have agreed
Let's
with you
go.
like 5 years ago, but I feel like women have like overcome the hill, and I actually think women are above men now, especially
true.
under 30.
In college, apparently.
It's
Like if you look
That's
at all
true.
this,
It's like chicken fit's still
if you look at all the stats, it's like women under 30 make more money than men
Yeah.
under 30. Women under 30 go to university more than men under 30. Like I agree, my age group, like we did really well, but I feel like the younger dudes are getting punished for like my age group's success kind of thing.
Is it, or they're just lazy? No,
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I don't know if it might be part of it.
they don't want to go to school
But
anymore.
I feel
they
like
want to
this,
be princesses.
this narrative had a lot of
They all wanna get a
momentum,
section
and then
of
it
the
like
club.
switched,
Yeah.
and then
That's the
everybody's
opposite.
like still on the momentum where it's kind of like let's hate younger dudes, and I'm like, well, I don't know, like you can hate older dudes, I get that. Like I had a pretty easy run, but
We're not hating on any age range. We're not hating on the men at all. We're just
Yeah.
saying like it's time for women to rise.
that's what I'm saying. Is it's like hasn't that already happened? Like hasn't the teeter totter already
But it's
pivoted?
about time.
But I agree if you're a 50-year-old woman, but not if you're your age. Because your age has done better than men your age, I think.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how old you are, but I'm gonna guess
I'm
somewhere
30.
30.
Yeah. You're what? I'm 30, girl.
I thought you were in your 20s. So
I am.
19 to me.
Yes.
Good
I'm
job.
30.
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like I hear that narrative a lot, and I'm
Yeah.
kind of like, okay, but like that's happened already. Like the teeter totter is kind of like pivoted now because it's like, I agree. Back in the day, you want to go to Harvard, you had to be a man, and we needed to change that. It was like too male centric, but now I feel like it's kind of like if I was a 20-year-old dude, I'd be like, girl, what are you guys talking about? You're like 60% of, I think 66% of university enrollees now are female. the average, well, I don't think it should be. I think it should be 50-50, maybe even more male than female, because there is a percentage of female that like wants to have like a family and stuff. I'm not
Taken
saying
care
like,
of.
yeah. So
Hear,
like when you
hear.
take that out, it should be 50-50 or maybe slightly higher men, just because of the traditional women that want to be traditional.
But is it the women that's stopping them from doing that? Like no one's
I
one's
think-
holding their hand and being like, you can't.
I think that we have to really differentiate between boys and men.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of boys out there who are really immature. But let me tell you, a good man in your life and a positive male influence has like changed everything for
Yeah.
me. So like for me personally, I would have to say, like, yes, I totally agree that there's some boys that are immature. There's some
Just
girls
lift
that
up
are
the laptop
immature,
more.
but like, I think that we can't discredit the men that are good, that
Yeah.
have good hearts and that are working hard and that are, you know, like uplifting us too. Like, I know for me, having like a steady male figure in my life has completely changed my narrative because I know I have someone I can rely on.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, to me, I don't feel like he's overpowering me. I feel like he's actually inspiring me and encouraging me. Right. So it's like, to me, I don't see it as detrimental. I see it as actually like, I have, like, not only do I can do all these things by myself, but I have someone not even to catch me when I fall, but to push me up the hill.
I'm glad you're saying this. Yeah.
If that
Going
makes any
for-
sense.
I mean, yeah, like the whole thing is it's not all men, but most men.
Most men.
Like there are men, sure, that are like trying to become better themselves every day, but I'm just saying they're very rare and you don't come across with them all the time. So it's like, yeah, like not all men is literally trying their best to be better each day.
But wait,
And-
here's a question. If you had to guess, which percentage are men or women more into self-development? Which sex would you say is?
Women right now, women
Men
just
only
focus.
do self-development when they lose everything that they had or when shit's hitting the fan, literally. Like women are. That's just my opinion. But
Depends. Like you
even
know-
I guess maybe I'll speak in a relationship setting. Like I feel like once because it's usually men who fuck up, in my opinion. But it's wait, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I started the notion.
all
So
good.
go ahead,
like
girl.
just from my experience, what I've seen is like once they fumble, then it's like, oh, I gotta get my bag up. I gotta get in the gym, this and that. It's just
That's
like,
good, but some don't. Like they just go
no,
under
still a
someone and
bum, always a bum.
mess
So sorry.
Like-
with someone's space.
Not all men,
Yeah,
but
call
she like
them
I'm
out.
glad she found somebody and the way that she explained it. That's what we all want at the end of the day, whether that be man, woman, whatever. Frog, I don't care.
Yeah.
But just like that's it's rare. Like she had said, it's very, and especially in this generation, this dating is like.
Because
I stand on it that social media ruined romance. Like
I
I stand
agree.
on that.
I
will die
100%
on that
agree
hill.
that that's what happened. On the self development thing, I think both of you were talking about different things. I think Kyle was saying, do you think men are into self development more than women? And I think what Kyle was meaning was like financially, almost like in a logical type area. And I think what you were saying was you were thinking about relationship type thing.
Well, I started with the
Which
initial,
kind?
and then I went into a relationship. But I can see what you're saying.
But where we started this question was, what was it? What are women most afraid of?
I don't know how we ended up here.
It was my turn. It's my turn. But I can't speak for all the women, but for myself, I would say incompetence, like not being the best version of myself. That's what I'm
good.
super scared of, and that's the only thing I'm scared of. The rest, I leave it to God.
You're scared of incompetence in yourself? or
Yeah,
in,
like not being the best version of myself that I aspire to be.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's my answer.
Did you
No,
answer
that's good.
I have
Positive.
not.
Okay, you got to go up.
Can I just like touch on like one thing about like the whole men's thing? Who says that a positive male influence has to be romantic? Just to like think about that, right? Like it's yes, I think it's super important, but like having a positive male influence in your life, period, whether that's a boyfriend, I don't know, a coworker, a friend, like whoever, it does not have to be, in my opinion, like a romantic relationship.
Because all men
Right.
just always want to make it romantic.
Had one or two like good role models when it comes to men, but I think just our trauma is speaking more when it comes.
Yeah.
That's why our
Either-
initial response is like, I hate men. Like,
Yeah.
you all suck. Like go die. Like so. Not
It's just the
actually.
survival mode everyone has
sorry,
like
I'm
been
happy.
going through. Yeah.
Well, if I had to answer what are women most scared of, I kind of wonder like if it's, I don't even know how to explain it, but I feel like a lot of women cut men off prematurely because I know there's a large group of men that are like younger, like early 20s, and I'm not defending them. Like I actually am kind of upset at the fact, but there's a lot of dudes that are like just, it's a stereotype, but mom's basement playing Nintendo type thing. But it's kind of like, I feel like they got there because they didn't have any prospects kind of thing. Like they tried and they tried and they tried kind of thing. And then all of a sudden it was kind of like, fuck, there's no point kind of thing. And then they like removed themselves. And I feel like if they had like a prospect, they would like be like, okay, I will work construction. I will work 14 hours a day. If we could kind of go back to the way where like I got a girlfriend and I could provide for her. Because I was watching a podcast the other day and it was really interesting because when I was in university a long time ago, I was in a philosophy class and the professor said, everybody stand up who would go to war for their country and die for their country. And it was like most of the people back then, like probably 15 years ago, stood up and they're like, I would die for my country. And then they did the same thing in the same philosophy class that I took. And I was watching like an online lecture and nobody stood up. And the professor asked one of the people in the class, how come you wouldn't go die for your country anymore? And the kid's answer, like, I think he was like kind of the downstairs type person that, you know, was, and he's like, well, everybody used to say they would go die for their country because they had like a girlfriend or a wife and kids and everything. And they were like, fuck you, you're going to come to my country and try and take over and put my wife and my kids like into servitude in any way. I will go die to defend that right. But now nobody has a girlfriend, nobody has kids. So it's like, I ain't fight for shit. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh, that's really interesting because it's like, I'm the oldest one here, obviously, but it's like back when I was younger, it's like, yeah, we'd all go die for our country, but it wasn't for our country, it's for our girls kind of thing, right? Now nobody has like a serious relationship or a girl, especially 20 to 30. And they're like, fuck that, I ain't dying for nothing, right? And it's essentially because they have no like real
But
thing to die
I think
for.
it's because they're too coddled. I'm a professional in this. I have two clients or two people that I know. I have like a community that does like I do a Tinder photography. So I know two guys in particular that yeah, I don't know if you guys know that. Like, I'm curious if you guys have friends that are basically. Do you guys know? You ever heard what a NEET is? Like a NEET is a guy. Yeah, it's a guy that basically doesn't work or doesn't go to school. Basically, their parents take care of them up until they're somehow like kind of
What does it stand
20,
for?
30s. It's like not in employment, education, or training.
Oh, okay.
And I know like literally like two guys like this, and like they don't need to pay for stuff because like fundamentally their moms pays their bills, and these guys are like 30, like 28, and you know they're cool people, but it's like when you say boys versus men, like literally like this person like cannot like hold a job, like a minimum wage job, like they don't do it. So I'm like, you know, like it's just the sometimes I worry about that maybe with AI, but like if life is too easy and there's no survival pressure, in some ways it's good, you know, you don't
That's
die.
definitely true, yeah.
But you
And
know,
fuck
it's-
those guys. I've been defending
Yeah,
them too
but
much.
like your parents are not gonna be around all the time. What happens then?
Yeah, tell them I don't know. but
Like,
it's-
also like you're
Maybe
a
Mark Carney
grown
takes care
man.
of you.
How are you letting your parents take care of you until to that point?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I will say I know a few.
guys or girls?
No shade. It's one of my best friends.
Or
It's
a
a
guy or a girl?
Filipino thing, I think. But like,
hey, wait, hang
I'm
on.
not gonna
I'm
say it.
Filipino. I'm not Filipino.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into that
Yeah,
later.
we'll get back.
I won't. Yeah, I just know a few people. I won't single him out, but it's just like
Oh yeah.
I just want so much better. But like, if that's where you're comfortable, that's where you're comfortable.
Why do you think that is? Like your friend, why do you think he does that?
I don't know. I think maybe because a lot of like, okay, you guys can speak on this because you're Filipino, but I will say like I've heard it a lot that it's like, oh, I have to stay home because what if my mom needs help, or like what if my parents need help? You know,
Not always. So
not always, but that's just like what they've told me. Like, oh, I have to stay home just in case, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
you know.
in my culture, like our family doesn't have any problem with supporting their kids like after they become 18 years old. Only if you're in like school or you're doing something. Like for example, with me, I don't pay rent because like that's just how it is. Like I'm with my mom and dad, and the only like requirement is for me to go to school and you know like have a good job later on, which I am doing. So like that's the other way, but the other way as well, like yeah, sometimes like Filipino parents, they would have kids that are like troublemakers and they can't do anything with them, so they just like they have no choice but to like raise them and still like coddle
Yeah.
them.
But like, I mean, at the end of the year going to school, like the few people I know, there's like, they're not, haven't, you know, they're almost, if not 30 already, they just stay home, do whatever they want.
do literally
like,
nothing. I don't know how that's like
And
literally
So-
nothing.
What-
But if like,
It
if
depends
that's
too.
what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But sometimes we also have to realize like people have depression, people
Yeah.
have anxiety. I have
That-
both. I do work, but I can't speak for other people. So that's where I give the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe they're dealing with things we don't know
Yeah.
about.
If
that
you're dealing with
keeps them-
stuff like that, it's your job as a person to
Tony
lift
Robbins.
yourself up a little
If
bit,
you're
right?
dealing with stuff like
Nobody
that,
That's why I
else
said I
you
can't
go
speak
on
for
Tony
myself.
Yeah,
like I
also-
work full time.
You're too nice
As
at that.
having,
Yeah.
I
Also,
know,
yeah.
but like
Call them out.
Yeah,
There's
in
still-
in my culture, we love family, like very family oriented. So we have elderlies that needs to be taken care of. Instead of sending them to a house, like you know how people are here, like they send their parents to the house where someone takes care of them. Us, like we take care of them, like personally, we don't send them anywhere.
Ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's
So that's
like-
another thing that maybe the thing where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, my mom and my parents might need me. I think that's probably why. But,
maybe
yeah.
I don't know.
Do you think that's legitimate then? That's a real reason that he's just saying no?
sometimes
Some cases, but not
always.
everybody.
Like
Yeah.
I've seen people that like, and this is like not Filipino.
Yeah, no, it's
Whatever.
just like
I have a
minorities in
bunch of friends.
general.
I can just think of like 2 that are Filipino, but everything else is just like they just don't want to get a job, and it's clear as day.
Yeah.
They just don't want to work.
It's a
I don't
personal
care about
thing.
anything. I'd rather stay home, jerk off. Like this is like what I want to do.
So what's the
like,
solution? Like, what do you think could help that? Because I think it's like,
Go on
Yeah.
Indeed. I don't know. Like
I think it's perfect.
like.
The people that want to work will work. AI will
Yeah.
take care of the rest, and then you know. if you
At
wanna
this
be a
point, you
useless
can
drain
rely
on
on AI
society-
for everything. So, I mean, if you,
What do you mean AI? What do you mean?
AI, like,
What do they use AI for? Like,
well,
like, do they
you
make
can
a
make
side
resumes,
business?
you can
Oh.
make cover
Eventually,
letters.
hopefully, yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't need to because I have a job already. But it's just
We
like,
have all the resources these days. Like the least you could do is be
It's-
jobless. I don't know. I said what I said.
but it's
for
just
real.
so easy. Like everything is AI. I can't. There's
Yeah.
nothing that I haven't seen that isn't AI at this
but
point.
I,
So-
I think it's deeper than that though, because like I know what you're saying, like just go on Indeed and get a job, but I don't think that's a problem. I think the
job
problem is
market.
motivation. Like I think if they wanted a job, they could get
But
a
it's
job.
like they'll come to me and be like, I have no money, and I'm like,
You don't need a job.
there's so many things.
All right, she's chomping at the bit to get in there. So
I have issues with motivation personally. Like this entire conversation, like I feel for those people, but it's also, there's a difference between motivation and discipline, guys. Like,
yeah.
you know, like people are like, I don't have the motivation to get up in the morning. I don't have the motivation to go out and do this. But it's like, if you have the discipline, nobody cares if you have motivation. Right. And it's, I think what lacks with, you know, like in people who struggle to find a job or to maintain a job is it's all about motivation. It's about what I want instead of what I need. Right. And their vision of what that is, I think, is clouded because, you know, if you're on the street, let's say, and you're abusing substances and things like that, your mind is obviously clouded. Right. But I think there's a definite difference between being motivated to doing something and being disciplined to be something. It's like, it's 2 completely different spectrums because let me tell you, I don't have the motivation to, you know, be a firefighter, to run a company, to like do all these different things. But it's like, I'm disciplined to do it. Do I love it now that I've worked so hard to do it? Yes, I love it. But like, there's some days that I don't have the motivation to get out of bed, but you just got to do it anyway. Right. And like piggybacking off of like, you know, the whole people who live with their parents and things like that. Like sometimes I think from seeing it firsthand, I think it's sometimes that's literally all they have. If they're staying home for a parent or, you know, if they're saying that, it's like sometimes that's literally the only thing they have left in life because they think that they're a failure because they can't keep a job. They think they're a failure because they can't get out of the house. And the last thing they have to hold on to is the thought of like, I have this person, so let me cling on to them. Right. And so it's like, I think it's different because I don't really believe personally in like just sitting at home and doing nothing. But at the same time, like I come from a broken family and instead of moping in the house, I decided to go out, right? Instead of, I guess at the time dealing with, you know, the depression and the anxiety the way I should have, my way to get through it was to go out and work, Whereas I can see how other people could really just take that and be like, I have nothing left and just stay at home. So I think it's just that decision of like, am I going to pick motivation or am I going to pick discipline? I think most people go down the motivation route.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like I did construction, like concrete and gravel pits and everything. And for 15 years, I was working like 16 hours a day in heavy construction. It was like 99.9% discipline and like 0.01% motivation.
Yeah.
But I actually think it's deeper than that. Like I think the problem is actually relationships. I think that's why these guys are in their basements, because throughout human history until recently, we didn't have porn. We didn't have like all these types of things. And you know, like I'm all for the women's movement and everything. Like I genuinely am like really glad that like we leveled up with the women. But part of that leveling up the women is we found out that women actually don't need men as much as we thought they did. And I think that the people, these NEETs as Kyle calls them, they're in their basement because that's kind of like the result of women actually not needing men as much as as we thought that they did. And now society has this problem because it's kind of like, oh shit, like back when women didn't like go to university, they didn't have jobs and everything, you know, our society kind of functioned, and that was evolutionarily like the way that we all evolved. And then recently within the last 50 years, it's kind of like, oh yeah, let's bring all the women up and everything. And I'm glad that we did, but the dudes in their basement now are the dudes that are kind of like paying the price. And I'm not saying they shouldn't pay that price. I'm just saying that's a result of no relationships. Because back in the day when you had a relationship, if you had a girlfriend when you were 20 years old and you were in your basement, it was like, no sex for you. You know what I mean? Go get a job. And then the dude's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I really want to see some tits. So I'm going to go like get a job. Like, it sounds bad, but that's like kind of how it was, right? Be like, I want to like get laid, so I'll get a promotion or whatever. And now those dudes don't have any relationships or anything. So that motivation or discipline or whatever you want to call it is kind of gone.
Can I also just say, like, I was thinking about this actually the other day, but can you, like, let's say we took half of the videos circulating the internet right now of like women being like, I don't need no man. And like, not necessarily in like those words. Sometimes they literally use those words, but like, can you imagine spending, like, I know for myself as a woman, and I guess this might actually answer the what are women most afraid of? Like, can you imagine sitting at your phone and staring at your screen and having video after video after video of being like, you're useless, we don't need you. Like, as a woman, for me, that wouldn't make me feel very good, right? And so like, for me, yes, I love independent women. I love independent men, and I love to see them working together, right? I think people are always thinking about men and women as like 1 + 1 is 2. Actually, 1 + 1 with humans is 11. We have to work together to do things. It's not I'm better than you. It's not I don't need you. It's literally like we are two individuals. Let's be great together, right? And like for me, for like the whole question about like, what are women most afraid of? Well, for me, it's the way that I'm perceived, because sometimes I don't even have the chance to speak before someone has an opinion about me, right? And for me, it's like, okay, taking that into account, I don't have the chance to speak, but why would I let you influence me when you've never been where I want to go? And so for me, it's just like, I love men. I feel for the boys. I love men. I feel for the girls. I love women. I love everyone, because I think everyone who goes out and actually pursues what they believe in and has something to believe in is so beautiful.
All right, with that, let's go to question number 2.
That was a deep question.
And I think that's you.
That was like in a whole hour.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get real tired of me at the end of this.
Be right back.
I was about to say, get tired of women never.
Maybe you should move here.
Okay, so which celebrity do you think is secretly nothing like their public image? Am I supposed to go first?
Yeah, if you have an answer, go for it.
Oh. I think nobody, no celebrity is like their public image necessarily, because like,
Shout out Diddy.
like I don't think anyone.
We're standing strong.
Whoa,
We're standing strong.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh, really? I didn't hear about this. We gotta
That was a
Anyways, moving on.
good one. Yeah.
Wait, what's the question again?
But like being nothing like your public image, I mean, I think people try to be the person that they want to portray on social media, right? I don't necessarily think that that's their true authentic self ever. Like, and I mean, I think especially like working on film sets, like here in Calgary even, and meeting, you know, celebrities and whatnot, like they're humans. People who, I mean, celebrities are always kind of viewed, I think, as gods. Like they're literally like, oh my God, like this is insane. I'm such a fan. They're literally a human, right? And like, I know if I had that much attention, I want to almost build like a wall to protect myself between like what I portray and what I actually am, because that protects my vulnerability, right?
I think that's coming down though. Like I think 20, 30 years ago, celebrities were like put up on a wicked pedestal. But I feel like now, like all of us are on a podcast. We're like broadcasting to like a bunch of people in Calgary. And I think now we're kind of like, oh, wait a minute. They're kind of like a little bit like me. They've just had a couple more viral moments. But I think the opposite to that question would be Adam Sandler. I feel like he's like,
I love
he's like the
Sandler.
same on screen and off screen kind of thing. But I don't know who would be more different.
Luke Bryan's another one.
Luke Bryan, the country singer?
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say,
hilarious.
who's that? Listen, I don't know. So that's it. That's all I gotta say.
country boys.
Harry.
Me, well, honestly, I would agree to her answer because I'm a marketing specialist. I can differentiate how a person is
Oh,
and
this is
how.
your alley right
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
I work with a lot of influencers too. Like,
So
they're
tell us,
super
are they
different
or
than
not?
what they have in their personal branding.
Mhm.
Everything you see online is personal branding. That's their PR stunts and everything. Like, you can't believe anything that is on the gram or any social media. Everything is scripted, literally, and they're not the same people who they are in branding. And like, literally, most of the influencers and like all the artists that you see that are famous, they just want to be private with their lives. Like, they're literally different people from what you see on the screen. So I would say don't idolize them. I don't idolize anyone. Like, I literally meet a lot of like big people, and when I see them in person, they're so different. They're nothing like who they are online. So like, that's why I would never be idolizing anyone. Well, I used to, but like when I got into the industry, it's like, oh,
So,
Just a person.
so when
Yeah.
you're coaching new up and comer influencers, do you coach them to be different? Do you say, hey, here's how you go viral?
I don't coach them. I tell them what clicks and if they want to do it as their personal branding
Can you give us
route.
an example? Like, give us an example of something extreme. Like, if you're gonna tell an influencer in Calgary and they were just like, you know what, Ari, I just want to be fucking famous. I want to be well known. What would you tell them?
I would ask what they're passionate about, because at some point when they're passionate about something, they will find the right community that will support them through that. They don't gotta do a lot of stunts to like go viral. Sure, like doing crazy stunts in public, you know, being like a lot of, I don't know if you guys see this, but like some people will literally go over line, like maybe being racist to
Just
make
for-
content just so they can get
That's really
viral.
cringe. Yeah. I hate people
Like, it's rage baiting. They would love to rage bait just so they can get your engagement. But
Does
like,
that work?
Super
yeah,
embarrassing.
it does work because you have people commenting on your content. So when a lot of people comments, and like even if it's hateful, literally, that's
Boosting
what.
the
Yeah,
algorithm. Like, it's
Yeah.
putting that onto people's For You page.
exactly.
Whether
It
it's the
ends up-
worst thing they could say, do, like, it's really embarrassing. I'm sorry. Like,
No,
I
it's
just
okay.
can't see why would you do that? Like,
because
Is
they
it that?
need to make money. Engagement is literally the new currency right now. Like, that's what it is.
there's so many ways
Your
you can do it
attention.
without being like racist
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
The world's
homophobic.
Exactly.
We need to save it.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
And she would know
but
better than anybody.
it clicks all the time, so that's why they're going that route. And then they rebrand later on. Like, I've seen like this one girl, she's so smart with marketing because she started as someone who would go to restaurants, talk mad shit about the food and be disrespectful to the, you know, the servers and everybody. And then yeah, that's why she gets all this like comments. her contents would be shared and it would go viral, and she did her thing. And then later on, she rebranded herself as this someone who's like a high-end connoisseur with like the restaurant.
So tell me
Oh.
this then, because we were talking earlier that you got kicked off of Instagram.
I would love to know.
So
Honey.
do you think that's right that Instagram
not.
and stuff
I'm really
kicks them
sad.
off?
I'm
Because what
really
do you do
sad.
then? Like if somebody's just going online and being super racist so they go viral, I'm sure that's one of the reasons why they kick people off. So
I'm
do you
say-
think they
okay.
should be kicked off, or
It's
or what do
funny that
think
you
they-
mentioned that, because I've always have this sentiment towards Instagram that they support problematic people rather than the people who's trying to make it out there legally and no like drama or anything. Like I just make content because like it's fun, it's like, and I don't even like put my strategies onto my own personal account. I just literally post whatever I feel like whatever I feel like sharing. And the next thing I know is that like my Instagram is suspended, and it's like one of them, the rules was saying that I was going against community guidelines. But
And
I
community
can never-
guidelines is like a 20-page book of like all these
nothing.
things you can do.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what community guideline? I
I've
just,
seen
like,
people
breathe.
naked on Instagram. The video I've reported it. Other people
You
have
have to
videos not
report
taken
it.
down. And then it's like you say how you feel about something and it's
Yes.
gone. Nope. Like
So
free-
Instagram
freedom of
is
speech
actually
not so
crazy about
free.
this, because you, for example, me, like I will comment on something if it's super wrong. I will call out people on the comments, and then like they would call you out, call you names and everything. Those comments don't even get banned anymore. Like
No.
before, I noticed this because like I study algorithm all the time. That's my job. During, I would say, like Black Lives Matter campaign, there was certain keywords you can't comment because Instagram would take it down, because if with the whole movement. But like now they don't even screen hateful comments anymore. I had a guy call out my body, call how ugly I was, and he wasn't even reported. Like, you know how Instagram just reports your comment sometimes when there's certain keywords? They would give you like all this notification, and now like they just let people like comment wrong
whatever.
things now. Like it's super crazy because I'm super careful with what I comment nowadays, but it's like it always gets taken down. But all the other guys that are commenting like crazy stuff, they don't get like reported. So like the algorithm for Instagram right now is super like biased, and it's crazy.
Sometimes I feel like social media, especially with Instagram, it's almost like the algorithm pushes stuff that it knows will catch, and what will catch right now is
Yes.
mostly racism and like all these different things that are horrible. But that means in retaliation that all of these people trying to be authentic are being banned because it's
saying-
not content that Instagram can push right into the algorithm. And to me, like I struggle with that all the time because I would never ever post something like that. But then you get things like shadow banning and things like that for content that's wholesome or about
Yeah.
a specific thing, right? Because Instagram's like, well, I can't push this. It's not actually going through. But then it's pushing all of this negative stuff. So it's almost like going back to being your true self on social media. It's almost like you
Yeah.
can't anymore.
Can't be yourself on Instagram anymore. So I'm
Well,
moving to TikTok.
I like Instagram better than Facebook though, because I got canceled, started on Facebook, and like on Instagram, at least you can like control your comments a bit. So like if somebody's like trying to like push the narrative in one direction, you can be like, nah, fuck you, not today,
Or
kinda
delete
thing.
it. Yeah.
But on Facebook, you can't do that. So it's like Facebook can get like carried away. But I almost wonder if Instagram did that for the algorithm. So they're kind of like, okay, maybe we won't like limit Instagram so much, and we'll let people police their own comment section. But I have to admit, my opinion has changed on this quite a bit, because I used to be like a free speech absolutist, like everybody should say whatever they want, and then if you get canceled, then you kind of get canceled. But then I got canceled, and I was like, oh fuck.
now you were on the other side of the booth.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, now I'm not that way anymore, because I was like not getting treated fairly at all. I was like, oh, that's what these guys were talking about. So once I got canceled, I totally changed my mind, and now I don't even go on Facebook anymore, because it's like that was so brutal when I got canceled. It was like
It encourages like the vocal minority. Like if you have something positive to say about something, usually you're not like, unless you really love it, you're not like, oh my god, that was amazing. But these haters online, like they always come out. We get a lot of them sometimes on this show actually. That's why we're doing it live now, because I want, if people a lot of times I'm a keyboard warrior. I used to play a lot of video games, so I love arguing with people online. When you guys say, "Oh my god, it's so bad," I'm here for it, guys. Please argue with me in the comments. But whenever I argue, like this is to go back to our men conversation. Like I don't know exactly what makes the psychology of like a female hater, but a male hater, it's that guy in the basement that's not doing it. That's not doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
He's very mad that we have this
That's
podcast with
true.
everything. Like sometimes they should talk the girls for no reason. They should talk us for no reason. They should talk so many things, and I'm like, bro, just
all you
just
wanna
come
do
on the podcast live,
nowadays.
say your question, dude. And it's always the weirdest accounts, like no picture and like 2 followers and like phone
Yeah.
600.
Probably like
Goals.
40
Why can't
years
you have
old
your
playing
picture, bro? If you want
Minecraft.
to talk shit, bro, like just say it right now, dude.
Yeah.
I would
That's-
love to. I would love to.
That's why they're very
Cowardice.
like brave with their comments because they don't have any like data on their account. Like literally, what can you say to an anonymous person? Nothing. But they're like all barking.
They're
you know?
usually
But they never put a
anonymous,
face to
except
it.
Blake Anderson, which guy in a comment argument with me recently. Shout out this guy. He was not afraid of his opinion. You're pretty dumb, bro, but hey, I respect it. I respect the you have to stand up for you
Damn.
believe in. So shout out Blake.
Yeah, that's the most annoying thing when people like use burner accounts to comment on your stuff, and it's like I'm on my real account here, and you're on a burner account. It's like that's not a fair fight, right?
Bring your arsenal.
So
I got a question for you guys, since we're getting controversial and triggered. This was the topic that Blake called me on, but okay, we can talk about it, okay? We're here, sitting here in this table, in this beautiful city, in this beautiful country, and apparently, in this province, some people want to separate. What do you guys think about that?
I have a minor in oil
Same
and gas.
people.
You
well, you're
can't.
okay then. Either way.
Oh, actually, let me not.
I mean, every.
I'll take a position first. We got to stand for Canada. This is what I was going for.
Well,
thing
I'll,
is,
why?
I'll say that being a business person, I think it's good that we started. I don't want to separate, but we wouldn't be treated fairly if we didn't have a bigger stick. So until now, Alberta's kind of been the whipping child of Canada, and it's like been so bad that when Quebec tried to separate, they were like, you know what? To keep Quebec here, we'll get a bunch of Alberta money and send Alberta's money to Quebec to keep Quebec here. And so I'm kind of like, we have to at least have a referendum and say, okay, there's 30% or 40% of Albertans that want to separate, and then go to Canada and say, fuck you, we're Quebec, we're not giving you any more money, and we want a pipeline. And then Canada will probably say, okay, and then we'll be happy and we'll all be a good family again. But without that negotiating like ticket, we'd never get that, because nobody likes oil and gas. Like the rest of Canada is really environmentalist, and regardless of what your opinion is on that, everybody kind of is like, fuck Alberta. So until there's a viable threat that it's like, okay, well, if you guys say fuck us too much, then we're gonna leave, then I think the only way we get treated fairly is by having a bigger stick. I'm not saying I
agree
want to
with
do it, but I'm saying the process is probably net benefit.
I think it's
agree
a
with that.
big argument about respect. I think it's just like we're not exactly getting the respect that we want with the resources that we have in the province. Do I agree with it fully? Not really. Do I agree with anything fully though? Like, do I have to be 100% one way or the other? Like I can choose whether or not I like it, but like everyone's gonna have an opinion, right?
You're
Like
saying you
it's-
want to get treated fairly. You don't. It's not so much what happened. It's just about like us working together and the people having. Or is that your point? Or?
Well, I think with the petition. Okay, a little bit of background like on that. In my building where my studio is actually at the other end of the building is a petition signing station. So I have hundreds of people coming through the building where I'm trying to teach like every single
Gotta
day.
go do
And so
content near your building. That's
it's definitely like I think it's important to speak up for what you believe in, and I think that I definitely agree with some of the points that they have about how money is being sent across Canada and things like that. But it's also, I'm a Canadian. Am I still going to be a Canadian after that? You know, like
But what does that even mean?
Like, I don't
That's
even
an
know
important
what
question to
happens.
ask. Like, what is that? What does being a Canadian mean to you?
Well, for me specifically, living in this province, like I'm Canadian, but I'm also Albertan. So it's kind of like I kind of feel like I have one foot on either side, because I really, living here my whole life, I really want Alberta to prosper. And I don't really believe that Alberta is necessarily prospering right now. But I'm also Canadian, and I don't necessarily want the province to leave. So I think that negotiation is definitely something that needs to happen. Whether or not the petition's going to spark enough debate for that to happen, I think that's all we can really hope for.
Good point. I like debate. Having conversations, especially about awkward topics, I think is super important. Especially about what does it mean to be Canadian? Like, who do we want in this
Respectful
country? And like,
debate.
we want only Alberta, whatever. Like, I think at the end of the day, we should stick together. But I think it's important for the people that have problems to be heard and not to sweep people under the rug. And I think that's why I
I
bring
can
it up.
tell
It's
you're
super
like
important.
just wanting to say something. So grab the mic.
No, it is
Last
okay. I actually
I know the conversation didn't go the way you
I
wanted.
can't hide my
but
face, unfortunately. No, I'm actually just like loving hearing everyone's perspective, and
Yours
No,
is different. Yours
Are
is
we saying
different.
we're
That's why we
saying?
want to hear
I
it.
don't
our
even know.
camera
Like that's the
angle.
thing. I don't even know. No,
And
I don't even know
before
where
you
to
answer
start.
though, like, are you originally from Alberta or not? Because I feel like if you're originally from Alberta, you're like more one way than the other.
I was born in St. Catharines, Ontario, but
Okay.
grew up in foster care, so I was in Airdrie from age 3 to and Calgary, so basically my entire life.
So what's your opinion on it? You
like? I mean,
Awesome.
I am not for separating. I don't know. I just like again, I can't remember who asked the question. Like, would I still be Canadian if we
Yeah.
separated? It's there's a whole wall because, like she said, like I'm Canadian, but I'm also Albertan. So then it's like, I don't know. I personally wouldn't want it because then where do we go from there? I definitely don't want to be 50 fucking first state, whatever the like,
United States of Alberta.
whatever. No, that's a whole other topic. All I know is I don't want to be that, but I don't know. It's a
if there was a different president, would you want to be that?
no, because then you're like you're not Canadian anymore. I don't know. Like I don't know.
See,
Somebody
I
else,
don't mind the American system so much, to be honest.
I like their business model.
Yeah, like they're way richer than us. Like if you look at prosperity over the last 20 years, we've been flat and they're like continually going up. Their average income per person is like 90,000 US and ours is like 55, and like 15 or 20 years ago we were equal. So like our system ain't working. That's what I'm saying.
Look at it this way too. It's skyrocketing. The average income is skyrocketing there, but the homeless is also skyrocketing there. Also, the people that
Division of the class.
access to healthcare
Yeah.
keeps raising the prices up.
I don't know. Like I lived there for quite a while, and I think I paid like $1,500 a year for healthcare, and their healthcare is way better than our healthcare.
But not everyone has access to healthcare.
Yeah.
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 That's the only
or
thing.
insurance for healthcare.
Yeah.
Like I agree, there's a problem with their healthcare, but I think it's blowing out of proportion. So one thing I will say is, if you don't have insurance pre-Obamacare, you were fucked. But post-Obamacare, I feel like it's starting to become more normalized. And one thing I will say, like when I had healthcare in the States, it's not that like Canada healthcare. Like it's way better. So now it's your turn. You want to scream at me?
No. No.
Okay, say the facts. See,
There's I just don't understand how people can sit back and
And
be
Marvelous,
like,
we gotta get you a mic, man.
like sit back and be like, oh, the healthcare in the States is totally fine. No, I'm coming from Saudi where the healthcare is so much better than Canada and the United States.
Yeah.
Probably is, yeah.
My point is, we're sitting back watching and being like, okay, the States has good healthcare, but they actually don't. Like, so many people are still struggling.
Well, that's the thing. Like, how do you know they don't, though? Like, do you know they don't, or are you just saying that?
There's
People
so
are
much,
not.
like, you're seeing it everywhere on social media that people are not okay.
Social media.
But, yeah, that's social media.
Can
like,
I
that's
just-
a.
Can I just
Yes. Yes. Yes.
do you want to grab me one too? Yeah, thanks. Pick something, surprise me. Anyways, okay, so let me bring up an example of this. And this is a very controversial topic, so like I'm gonna ask that like you let me finish.
Okay, wait.
But
Okay, wait.
okay, so if you take your facts from social media, is social media mainstream?
Like, if you got my social media, your opinion would probably be closer to mine than to yours. Like, if I scrolled yours and you scrolled mine, it would be so different. You would be getting different news than I got.
So like an example of that is
Gotta get specific then.
So, being specific, let's say, okay, I don't have my numbers like exact, and I'm trying to remember a lot of this information, so it might not be on point, but I would love to actually. So, I was reading a couple articles, and I wish I had the actual names of the reporters and things like that, but so the chief of ICE. This is where it gets
Oh,
controversial.
now we're getting really controversial.
Okay, so the chief of ICE, I think it was in 2019, got a medal for the service that he had done. And it was something along the lines of deporting about 419,000 immigrants. Okay? And now in 2025, I think we're at something like just over 200,000 immigrants, and people are absolutely freaking out. And I think that like from what I believe, and this can be different from what anyone else believes, and that's totally fine. But I know that a lot of the people being
Are you talking about
deported-
the States or Canada?
the States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're in Canada. We just talk about the States all the time.
No, but
But it's a global war. Yeah.
it's
The
just
states matter.
speaking of mainstream media, right? Like people are freaking about this now because it's what's being reported, right? A lot of the people being taken out of America have, well, I guess the United States have criminal records, right? And I can't speak for absolutely everyone there because I know that there's some innocent people there that were also affected. And I don't necessarily agree with what's happening in the States, but also like speaking on mainstream media, where was all of the hubbub and all the opinions in 2019, right? So it's like, it's
Who
just,
was president in 2019? Obama?
No, it was.
no, it was, I thought,
2019 would have been Biden or Trump? I think you're talking about the Obama era, though, because I remember
Yeah,
something
but
about
it's like-
Obama. Yeah.
because the chief of ICE is still the same person.
Is it? Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's just like,
But I just want to clarify about that is like that's political and we're just being like somebody else's weapon when it comes to that because that is what's going on with the immigration. We shouldn't even be talking about immigration. It's just politics. It's like one wing of the government, which there shouldn't even be two wings. Like why is it that there's only two wings?
So
There
it
should
should
be
be
where's
for
the fucking
people.
libertarians? We have one libertarian. I'm libertarian, so it's like Ron Paul, that's it. But it's like it's not even about the immigrants. It's about bringing in people that vote one way and then the other party being like the people that vote one way need to be kicked out and it's essentially just one party fighting against the other and they're using like immigrants as cannon fodder and I think that's the tragedy is it's like people that come to the United States are being used as a political game against themselves. It's like one party is like, yeah, come here because we know that you'll vote for us. And then the other party gets in power and they're like, now we're going to be really super nasty to you and be like extremely nasty and send you to like prisons like El Salvador so that we scare the shit out of everybody and they leave again. And the real tragedy is people come for a better life and then it's like, oh, wait a minute, what the hell? I thought I was coming here to work. I didn't know I was going to be like a political pawn here.
it's government problems at people's expense.
And just for the record, I fucking want like more immigrants. Like I'm pro-immigrant because I'm like open
Can't
borders.
survive
I'm
with
like
no immigrants.
totally libertarian in that way. But the interesting thing about that is the party that brings them in gets elected by saying we're for the poor people. And like I said, I love immigrants. Bring as many as you want over. I got 70 condos that I need to sell.
But do it the
But-
right way. You know, a lot of
Check 'em out. Stick 'em
people
loose is great.
gets to Canada. The
But when they
wrong
come,
way.
I'm saying they suppress wages of the people that elected the party that brought them here. So like I said, I'm for them coming. I want them here. But it's interesting that the people that are for the like poorer people are hurting the poorer people by
Yeah.
bringing them here.
Exactly. I think
Because house prices have gone up like 5x,
They're all
but the wages
promises.
are still the same.
That's the thing. I don't like politics because honestly, I truly believe every politicians are for their pockets. And I've had this firsthand in my country. That's why we left Philippines. Because
Yeah, your president
I
went
heard
crazy. He
it
just
was
started.
insane.
If he didn't like people, he just pushed them out the helicopter.
I don't know anything anymore.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
really
keep
right.
up because I'm just focused with my life, you know. There's too much problem. I feel like everything is just distraction, and I
That's
treat
fair.
people with kindness. I treat people with, you know, like empathy and everything, but like I just know I don't want to deal with any politics anymore because at the end of the day, honestly, we can't do anything at this point. Like maybe we could like protest and everything and come, but we will have to come together, like every one of us, to like get them out of the office. But like that's not happening because we have too much problem on our own that we're too like
Yeah.
you know.
Well, what if like I love the fact that you said like I don't want to deal with politics anymore because I think like being young adults and whatever and like having to look up to that. I mean, I know it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But I think I can't stand politics. I can't stand them, but that makes me want to get involved even more.
That's true. Yeah, you have
Right?
to speak now. Otherwise
It's like
you're
you
just
have to
irrelevant.
speak now. If like let's say a couple thousand of us raised our voice and said, I'm sick of this, let's do something about it, maybe we would actually see change. So
Yeah.
instead of being like, I can't deal with politics anymore, it's like,
No,
do
I
some
think-
research and like go. And even like the one thing that baffled me was I worked for Elections Canada last year.
Yeah, me too.
And hey, but seeing the numbers of people who actually came in to vote,
There's not much.
there's
literally.
like no one.
I think
no
it should
one.
be less.
Also,
though.
like-
I think it's
Like, I'm
because
glad
we
that's the
realize that no
case.
matter
Yeah,
who we
yes.
vote for,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
You
put
can't- you
straight
can't
like
give up,
that,
though. You
there's
have to
no
believe.
good politician.
What
It does
I-
not exist. It never will. I'm
What
sorry.
I think everybody should do is they should have at least 1/3 of their opinion should be from the opposite party that their most prominent party is. So like if you're a liberal, I think 1/3 of your opinions to as a self-check to just be like, am I brainwashed or do I really believe this shit? You at least 1/3 of your opinion shouldn't align on party lines. Because isn't it weird that everybody is like so polarized that it's like and it's so clear on both sides. There's like on the left leaning side, it's kind of like, okay, my body, my choice, except for vaccines. It's like that's a really obvious contradiction.
The thing
And
is
right
most-
now, the conservative party is kind of like Second Amendment. You should be able to carry a gun, except for you're that dude that we just executed. He shouldn't be. It's like, okay, that's a really clear contradiction. How the fuck can people like believe both those things? It's like either my body, my choice. That means you can get abortion, but you can also refuse a vaccine. If you're on the right hand side, if you're a Second Amendment person, you think everybody should legally be able to carry a firearm, then you can't use that as justification to execute somebody on the street.
Well, that's the point why I love social media, because it lets us hold people accountable when they say some nonsense and then they go back to it. Because people like I think humans are fundamentally like very self-interested more than they are in like what they're saying. So they'll just go along with whatever favors them as opposed to the actual opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, we got way too deep. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah.
No, but it's good. I got one last
Honestly,
question on
at
this,
the end of
on
the
the
day-
politics thing. Are you guys generally optimistic towards the future in
No,
life or
not at
pessimistic?
I
all.
gave up.
What?
Bitcoin. That's I say go to
Mind my own
Bitcoin.
business. Sorry.
No,
Yes,
I'm
Hannah.
just processing. I'm just processing. I'm gonna be honest.
Be honest, girl.
I just got my Canadian citizenship, so right now,
Holding the
I'm
party-
pro
the country
Canada.
together.
Welcome.
yeah,
Period,
yeah,
girl.
I'm pro Canada. Like, let us be Canada. Why are you trying to separate us?
That's
Like,
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
there's a lot of problems that
Definitely
will
people
happen
call
if
that.
we separate. Literally.
It could be
I think
scary if we
healthcare is
separate.
gonna be gone. So they're trying.
The
And,
healthcare.
Americans are gonna completely dominate you guys.
Militaries
I'm
are-
leaving
oh, that's
if
a
we
whole other
separate for
topic.
sure.
We'll just be nice to
If
everyone.
we separate, I
We're
think
not gonna ban.
it wouldn't work unless it was part of the states. I think it's as simple as that.
It would lose,
Which, yeah, no.
Anyways, let's switch it
No.
up.
I
Let's
like
switch it
visiting
up.
the
Yeah.
states when it's
Can we
safe to
switch
do
it up?
so,
Let's
but I
switch
don't
it
know if
up.
I
I would
wanna
be really
part of them.
pissed if that happens because I sold my cabin in Montana because I didn't want to like cross the border, bought one in BC. So now if we switch, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck?
We're two people
Big guy.
problems.
All right, my turn. We gotta get away from this politics. Sometimes
Yeah,
I
I don't
message
know how we
people and I
even
say no
got
politics
into
because I'm
it.
worried they won't want to come on if we get politics.
This is good. This is what gets views.
But the problem is like you were saying, when it comes to politics, it's good to have everybody like opinion. But the problem is the algorithms don't allow that. Like if you're a
well,
conservative, you just
also-
see conservative shit. If you're a liberal, you just see liberal shit. And then when we come together like this, everybody's like confused because they're like, "What? Do you think we
what
should?
brings
Say?
it.
You know, you think we should?" And it's like, we're not seeing each other. That's what there should be a thing on Instagram and all those algorithms where it's like 1 week out of every month you get a random ass person's algorithm, like somebody else's.
Are we leaving the politics
Yeah,
right
we
now?
are.
I will just say fuck ice.
Let's go.
And I'll leave it at that. I prefer my ice crushed, bitch.
And like, love you guys.
Yeah.
Politics are good.
Also, like,
Politics
just
is the most important topic on earth.
Yeah. Disclaimer: there's no news outlet on social media. They're banned in Canada.
There's no what?
There's
Unless-
no news outlets on social
Nope.
media
At
in
all.
Canada. They are banned.
Seriously?
They're
Yeah,
banned.
from
Yeah.
a while. From a
It's
while now.
crazy.
Because the
Because
government
they don't
tried
want
to
us. They want to
charge
control what we
Yeah,
see and
exactly.
what
So
information we're
everything you
actually
see,
given.
No, it's
social
'cause the
media
Canadian government got
sometimes-
super greedy and they tried to charge
And
Meta and
everything's
stuff
AI.
because Meta had
Be
a
careful.
monopoly and they got shit on.
But
by
it's just a
USA
shame because there's so
companies.
many things we should be knowing. And
But
we
also,
don't.
also, guys,
There's one GoDaddy.
Oh, isn't that the website?
GoDaddy?
it's
There's a news outlet.
Yeah.
I thought GoDaddy
We're only
was
allowed
a
to use
website building.
that news outlet that's
I used to
funded
see
by
the
the
Raptors
government.
do
There's
stuff.
only the Velvet Network, guys. Stay tuned.
Yeah, you
for-
are. You seem like very educated, but you're just like stuck to being the sound
Our
guy.
sound guy.
So
Also,
I
yeah.
feel like he has things
I would
he
love to
needs
have a
to
conversation
say
with you.
next time. for
All
sure.
right, next question. If you could read, do we have any questions in the chat yet? Nothing. We probably scared everybody off. With
Yeah, they're probably like,
politics.
oh.
like,
They left before the podcast. Usually people are
There's
super
one letter
opinionated.
said, "Get him out of here, please." But I asked him who.
Are you in the
Usually
are
they
you
never
in the
comment
basement,
back.
sir? Just a quick question. Just wondering.
Doesn't work, so-
No shade, but
Veja, you're so cute.
All right, if you could read one person's thoughts for a day, what would it be?
if you could read
Read
one,
one person's thoughts for a day. What would it be?
Mark Carney.
I don't even want
No,
to know
not
what's in Trump's
whose.
mind.
Like, if what would the thought be?
Oh. What?
Like, what would you want to know?
Greenland! I want Greenland!
See? Pass him a mic.
So, okay, if you could read
Oh yeah. What would you want to
someone's
know?
thoughts, what would you want to know, or what would you?
What? No, like, what would the thought be? Oh,
If
who
you
would it
could
be?
read
But I
one
want to know,
person's
like
thoughts
what
for a
the
day,
thought would be
who
too.
would it be?
Who and what?
Ooh.
So, whose thoughts would you want to know, and then what thoughts would you want to know?
But if you already know the thought, isn't that your thought instead of theirs?
It's like you want a question answered, and you're like, oh, why does this guy really think about this? Which my answer is Mark Carney. Like, is this guy like super corrupt, or is he
That is
actually fine?
political.
No, I mean, all right, fine. You caught me.
I actually used to hate Mark Carney, but I actually kind of am starting to like him. Like, he's growing on me. I have to admit.
Let's move out
Giving
of
us
the,
that leverage.
the
Yeah,
politics.
The Mark Carney clip is
Yeah,
gonna
please.
go so
I'm
wild.
like,
All right. So, whose thought?
oh my dear
Amber
Lord. Not Shitty McShitterson. Oh my goodness. That was a case, I will say. That was an interesting
watched that
case.
entire thing.
I did.
What are you talking about?
Amber
The
Heard versus
trial?
Johnny
Oh, the
Depp.
John-
It
yeah,
was
that was
insane.
entertaining.
I stepped on a beat.
But I mean, there was love Johnny Depp down. I'm not gonna lie. There were some things that I was like, "You said that? You for real?" I can't say it on this podcast, I think, but I was just like, "You'll
Well, I
have to
like it.
watch the documentary to know what I'm talking about." But it was-
Relationships are trouble. I actually like when they some people are say, "Oh, don't gossip and stuff," but it's like when people hold stuff behind. Like humans are complicated people, so when you expose every single thing that a person does, especially if they're celebrities, they're probably more extra than the
then
average.
it begs the question, like,
Find out
without
information.
the evidence, who's lying? Like, is someone telling the truth? Because people get on the stand and lie all the time, under oath, everything. So it's just like, but then you have to remember, like, we weren't there, we weren't in this relationship.
So,
So
when
it's-
you say Amber Heard, like, what do you want to know? Like, what thought? what
Oh, it
thought
wasn't
of
me,
hers?
it was him.
Oh, well, what would you want to know? He doesn't have a mic, so every time he talks, it's not coming through.
Well, I don't know because Amber Heard is not my. I don't know. I just think it's interesting.
Who would you want to know? Like, whose thoughts would you want to know?
My grandmother's
What
to
would
get it out of
Okay. okay.
to get it out of politics. But yeah,
what
I
would
would
you
like
want to
to
know about your grandma?
like just her last thoughts before she passed, like, because I know that like the last thing she like was asking for was like where was I, because I wasn't there. Like I was stuck in Saskatchewan and I was a kid and whatever, but it was just like, did she know she was gonna die? Like just things like that. Like did she know she was sick? How long did she know? Did she purposely not tell us? Like
How old were you when this happened?
12. And I was in group homes, so they wouldn't allow me to go to her funeral. So I actually didn't visit her grave until last year, and she passed in 2012. So that was my.
Why your
I'm
gra-
cool, girl. I got more trauma than that. Like,
Why your
I'm-
grandma and not your mom?
I've never met my mom.
But you knew your grandma?
Yeah. Yeah. Foster grandma. So she wasn't blood related, but the last person I was in foster care with was my grandma Yvonne, and until I got adopted out for the second time. So I'm a 2-time failed adoptee, basically. But yeah, I've never met my mom. I've spoken to her 3 times in my entire life. She's a piece of shit. So that's just where it's at. But
And do you know your dad at all? or-
nope. I know
That's too
his
bad.
first and last name. I know he lives in Barbados, and that's where that ends. So, yeah, like that's why it's just like that's the last person I can think of as my grandma personally.
Yeah.
Like, not just about her dying, but just like her thoughts in general. You know, like I wasn't her first foster kid that she had raised. She'd raised many more. So, yeah, but that's my answer. But
Oh, that's a good one. That went deep.
2 types of.
I'm about to open my mouth, guys. I'm so sorry. I would love to have a conversation with a veteran from World War II on feminism and hyper-independence.
Hyper independence? What do you mean by that?
Like what their thoughts are on people who are independent, but sometimes I think people take it to an extreme. Of like, well, it kind of ties in, I guess, to feminism as well. Like, I would love to hear the opinion of a veteran from World War II who went out and fought for, the wife and kids and whatever, and what their thoughts are on feminism.
What do you think
and
they'd say?
I feel
what
like
the hell?
I feel like the manly man who cares for women would fight for feminism, but the ones that don't care about women, they'll be like, no, we don't want feminism because we don't want women to stand
I
up
think
for themselves.
feminism is a loaded term, though. Like, I think people have different definitions of
define it, yeah.
feminism.
Equality.
What's your definition? Just equality?
Yes, equal respect for both men and women. Literally.
Are we there?
No,
not at all.
we're not.
Do you think
in
the
what way?
pendulum
I feel
is
like it
swung too
kinda
far or not
changed.
enough?
The thing is, right now, like, I don't think everyone know what feminism is. Like, people would think like, oh, women should let, like before, it should be like, oh, women should not be hairy. Now it's like women should be hairy the way they want to be hairy. If they want to be hairy. But it's like it's not even about that. It's like deeper than that. Like that's
Like,
not
what is it? I'm confused what you think about it. still.
equal pay. Like I would say, like if men and women have the same job, and if the woman is working harder and like giving more results, women should get paid more. But instead, we don't, because we're still inferior to men, I would say. But
Well, I
there
think
are a
you're
lot-
living in the past, though, because
no,
I
there
feel
are
like
still
that's
places. There are still places that are like that,
In
but
the
also
world,
there
I
also
agree.
are places that are progressive as well,
Mhm.
and we like that. But some places are still like stuck in the past.
Would you say Canada is?
Because right now you have to remember
speak
women
for
make more than
everyone
men.
because like right
Like
now,
younger women make more than men now. That's why I'm
In
like,
Canada.
that's why I say like, has the pendulum swung too far? Because a lot of people were confused at the election in the States, and when the political people got dug into it, they all thought that people would be fighting for what was the saying? Everybody thought that women would be voting for themselves, but the reason Trump won was women were voting for their sons. Like on the cutting edge of political philosophy, they feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Is that mothers that are over 40 see their sons struggling and they're voting for their sons. So a lot of people are saying that the pendulum has swung too far. And I agree when you say that with my age group. Like I totally agree my age group is kind of like that. But the statistics now for 20 to 30, the pendulum has swung too far and nobody's acknowledging it yet. So women under 30 make more than men under 30. Women under 30 go to university at a higher rate than men under 30. women under 30 are outperforming men under 30 on every spectrum, but every woman I talk to under 30 is like, fuck men. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, that's 10 years ago. Like, the pendulum swung too far now. You're still fighting my generation.
I feel like there's a lot of like variables, you know, like obviously in one like industry it's not gonna be the same for the rest of the other industries. Just depends. But we can't deny the fact that there's still no equality in some industries and some aspects in our
Like, what
society.
industry?
Well, for example, I don't know exactly the numbers, but I've seen people, this is like real life, that have to compare their salary to their coworkers that are like different gender. And they would always ask about why when they have the same, you know, like deliverables and stuff. And it still exists, unfortunately, like real life.
I think you definitely have a point that it still exists. I think, like, I don't know how much of a major issue, like how I'm actually curious, how much of a major issue do you think it is specifically in Canada?
In Canada right now, like, I feel like not much, but there are still people that are speaking up about this, like, equality on the pay.
I definitely agree. I think there's definitely still some
Yeah.
individuals. Another interesting fact I'd like to bring up is, like, as Albertans, a lot of people are blue collar. But almost all of my would you say blue collar is a male dominated industry?
I would say so, yeah, but like women are trying to get into the field now. Like I would see welders that are women and they do a better job, and they get paid more, but they have to fight for it. You know, like pay me more, then I'll do a better job than whoever's man's next.
Just one industry that pays about.
Yeah. Okay. Corporate. I would say corporate. Yeah.
This is more like in the model industry, corporate industry, as models is more mainly dominated by women. So
Yeah.
do they get paid more, or do they get paid less than men in that industry, or do men get paid less in that industry? And if
Or
so,
bottle girls.
yeah,
We should talk about bottle
yeah,
girls.
and that's another industry too. If so, how
Because
is
in
that
Vegas
equal?
they make $300K. now.
Because like most bottle girls, I've seen bottle girls that made in 1 year, right, 500,000. And if you're a good bottle
Is
girl.
that real numbers?
Yeah,
500,000?
Vegas
Is that
is-
real
Yeah,
numbers?
They
in
start at
Vegas, in
250 and
America,
go up.
one of my ex best friends actually, she was a bottle girl for a little while. She made 10K after 2 days.
Like if you take a promoter's wage and how much a promoter does, who is a male compared to a bottle girl, there's like pay inequality on both sides of the spectrum.
Okay.
Like I know some promoters that make like 20 to 40K a year and they work like 12 hours a day. And then I know some bottle girls that make like
But-
250, 300.
But
and
the
they work, like,
difference
4
between
hours a
those are
night.
the roles. Like the promoter, literally, the way they get paid is through outcome. The bottle girls get paid because they get tips. They get like money on the side if they can.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the difference between there. A bottle girl could get paid more because it
She's
depends
hot.
on the the
Provides a
image.
great
Sure, the
service to
image
society.
helps, but it's like you
Mm-hmm.
can't compare that to promoter because he has a different deliverables.
What about OnlyFans?
OnlyFans is mostly women, right? And most perverts are men, so that's why they make money.
Most appreciative of the
You can't deny that fact. All the audiences are men. You
That's
guys
true.
created the
Yeah.
service.
The OnlyFans was created by a man, but it's
Mm-hmm.
dominated by women.
Yeah, so
what
yeah,
about
you guys
OnlyFans,
are
yeah?
mad. Women are making money off of man's
Most
perversion.
women don't make money on OnlyFans too. So there's that.
Where's the line?
Like what? I don't get why you hate. The thing is, like right now, like women can't have anything for themselves. Sure, they dominated OnlyFans, but like work, like sex work is still work. You know, like a man could still go.
I think
do
sex work should be
OnlyFans.
legal. I think that's a
Sorry?
lot of the problem in society is sex work is not legal.
Yeah, because they can't regulate it and get money from it.
It
That's
depen-
the only
like-
thing.
Strip clubs is technically legal.
Yeah.
I think every city should have like 5 brothels. I think that would solve a lot of the problems in society.
If there's 6, that's too much.
That definitely would.
Stimulate the economy.
Oh my god.
They would definitely be working because their parents ain't gonna give them money to go to the brothel.
I'm just saying, don't hate on the
I gotta go.
OnlyFans girl because she's making
I
all
love
this money
OnlyFans
and like
girls.
she's in a Lambo. She's smart, you know, like
Can
making
we on
money.
the podcast? Like DM us and then we'll show you off.
I love
But-
OnlyFans girls are my favorite category girls.
But the
I'm just
thing
saying.
is, not only all OnlyFans girls make all that money.
no,
not
most of them only
really,
make like
no.
200 a month.
And that's the thing, like a lot of OnlyFans girl glamorizes the life that it pushes all these women to go into OnlyFans.
But
only
what do you think
to
about
fail.
sex work though?
Your body, it's your body. If you
So
want
do
to
you
do
think it
sex
should be
work,
legal or not legal?
legal. The thing is, when you legalize something, doesn't it make that government gets a pie out of it too? Like they get taxed and everything.
Yeah, they would like probably take a tax from at a normal rate. But do you think that's a problem in society? Because I
feel
had somebody
like-
that worked for me.
I
That,
don't think you should be taxed for your body, you know? I don't
well,
know.
I don't
but
think
how
the
about you
government should get
girls, like,
taxed for anything, but
That's the thing. Yeah, we get taxed
How
and
do you build the
everything.
roads? Yeah. You can build roads out of it.
gas tax, just user tax.
I don't
Like
know.
if you want to build a road, then just
I
put
don't
the
like
tax on the
taxes,
gas.
too.
But people making money off of
Well, the
OnlyFans
infrastructure
and
really
getting
built.
tips still technically have to pay taxes. But if you don't, that's when you get in trouble. Right? So like do you guys think that like legalizing sex work would avoid that problem for them?
We had this conversation in our ethics class about legalizing sex work. Sure, the thing is like when you legalize something, there could be ways where you can protect the women, right? Like for example, sex workers, they always get, abused. So when you legalize sex work, they probably would get some type of armor, like they could sue that abuser, right? But like, can you really trust that? Because our justice system doesn't really help women anyway. So at the end of the day, like, do we want it or do we not?
Does our justice system help anyone?
That's the thing.
say
Like,
no.
is that a yes or no? I don't know. But
Better than North Korea.
I
that's
feel
for
like
sure.
no, like women, I don't know.
Puffing and puff being like, puff the magic dragon.
Wait, but am I speaking right though? Like a lot of women, I know a lot of women who gets abused, but it can't do anything because our justice system is broken.
Oh, 100%.
There's
sad.
definitely parts of it that are broken, but every time I travel to a country where like sex work is like normalized, I'm not even gonna say legal. I'm just gonna say normalized. Like
Yeah.
there's no like shame on it at all. The male-female dynamics in that country are very healthy. And when I travel to a country where there's shame on sex work or it's illegal, the male-female dynamics in that country are fucked up. And in Canada, I feel like the male-female dynamics are really fucked up.
Yeah.
Because if there were dudes that could just go to the bar and then if they couldn't find anything at the bar or on Tinder or whatever, they could just go get a sex worker for the night. Imagine how that would immediately clean everything up. No girl would ever have to wonder, does he just want me for my body?
The thing
Is
is,
he
they also
talking to me
pay.
because he loves me? You know?
I mean, the payment kind of tells you that they just want the body.
Right.
No?
Yeah, but
But then women
if
still
they
get
go
paid.
talk to you at the bar or whatever, then it's like, well, a sex worker is like $50. So he would be talking to you because he
Bro,
likes
if you really need to sleep with someone, $50 is nothing, no?
Well, I'm just saying that's the price usually. Yeah. In Canada, it's like way more, I'm sure. But
I don't know. I don't know
But
that.
I don't do sex work, so I actually don't know. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
can't
what it is
speak
either, but-
more, but honestly, the thing is like, back to the question about legalizing sex work.
Mm-hmm.
The opinion should be asked on the people who provide the services because at the end of the day, they're the ones going through it, right?
And I think it would be because you were just saying, okay, you can do it now. Like you can start up a brothel. If you're a girl or something, you want to open up your basement or whatever, you can do
Can
it.
the OnlyFans do it up?
What
OnlyFans
if
can
oh sorry.
Live and
go
let
for
live.
it.
Like if we legalize sex work, do you think that could potentially help any of the girls that are in situations that they're maybe not aware of where they're being used?
Yeah, I agree.
Define that. I don't know what you're.
So like
I
let's
don't
say
think
all
I
the
understood
girls
what you're saying.
there's so many girls out there in relationships where they are just being used for their body. If we made sex work more accessible, do you think that could potentially remedy
I think it
something
would,
like
yeah.
that?
Yeah, like I said, I had this guy that worked on one of my gravel crushers, and he was running an illegal brothel in BC. And he had, I think, 10 girls that were working for him. And then he got thrown in jail for a couple years. And when he got thrown in jail, the cops threw him in jail with like extreme prejudice. Like they were really mad about it. And then when he got out of jail, the sex crime rate in the small town that he was in went up so high that the cops gave him the nod and was like, if you want to do it again, it's okay. This time we won't arrest you.
Crazy.
Oh,
Well, BC's the craziest place, yeah.
So you have an opinion about this, but you've been,
I was just
But you-
that was a little bit of a shocker.
but you've been quiet. So give us the Saudi Arabia take on sex work.
Well,
That's a lot different culture, I'm sure, than where we're
yeah,
at.
I've never even, sorry.
I hear the Saudi royal family is up to some real fun stuff with
I stay away from that shit. I don't know anything
Well, what's your opinion on it?
about sex work.
Yeah.
In general, if you want to do sex work, do it.
whatever
Money is
floats your
money, baby.
boat,
Yeah.
sis.
Yeah.
Like,
Do whatever you want to do. That's my
If you're a
opinion.
lonely woman, send me a DM and then,
Ah!
we'll make it work.
Kyle's using this for his personal outreach program now.
Kyle G. Fall.
an independent.
Marvelous. What time are we at?
8:50.
Holy shit. All right, we got
so
about-
longest episode, the political
Yeah.
one. See, the kids come in, we're just flowing.
Yeah, we got to choose our audience, though, because until this day, we didn't do politics. Now all of a
Why
sudden we
now?
got-
I wonder
Oh,
why.
boy.
It just happened. I don't know.
Whenever I post something tame on my podcast, like or my Instagram, talking about something legit, like nobody watches. If I just posted about Canada, like fucking blew up.
Yeah.
You have to like trigger people, otherwise nobody cares.
All
Imagine
right.
this is the
Thanks
one
for
that makes it
tuning
blow
in
up.
to the Velvet Podcast. Now, is this 12 or 13? 12. We do these every Friday night. Hit us up on our DMs if you want to join. Also, subscribe to our channel and follow us on our page and all that. So we'll see you next Friday for another episode of the Velvet Podcast. Peace.
Top lifestyle podcast in Alberta and top political podcast.